Yeah.
This is from Tom Zero, and the subject is AEW roster. Hey, fellas. Hope all is well with you guys, and you're enjoying your holidays. My question is regarding all the talent being signed to AEW. I know it's talked about a lot on the show and in general, regarding if AEW would be able to handle any more big talent signings due to their overwhelmingly large and underused current stars roster. Anyway, I was deep in Iran. It dawned upon me, kazoo out of me because if it's been said already, that AEW be able to actually have all these stars sign more and use them correctly. What if Dynamite and Rampage become brands, aka WWE, like Raw and SmackDown? I think you'd be able to use the plethora of talent and more, as well as sign and diversify the promotion. Basically, Rampage would no longer be in a bridge show, but a totally separate show and stars where they don't interact with Dynamite roster. There could be payoffs between the two brands in some sort of different version of what WWE does. What do you guys think? Thanks for the best podcast in the game. Disco's the greatest heel in the game, and that's Tommy from Morristown, New Jersey. Well, you answer this.
Well, I just think that's their problem. They have all this talent, and you have 3 or 4 TV shows, and you're not spreading them across your TV shows. Everything's dumped into Dynamite, and you also have a lot of talent that shouldn't be on Dynamite, and you haven't taken care of your other shows. You know, so if you were to spread them out and do different, each show had their own different personality, you'd have something going. But that's not happening. You know,
I wish. Bro,
it's over. Think about this, Disco. We used to do Thunder Saturday night tapings and Raw. That was pretty overwhelming. This has 4 shows, and a pay-per-view.
Right. Let me say this too. It's like I wish people like the fans and stuff everything would be honest here about, like, you know, and I'm wondering if AEW and Meltzer and all these and their fans can admit, you know, they might be making some mistakes. Okay, because, like, you know, they're making mistakes because I'll point, you know, I don't care what anybody says. Their first show was 1.4 million people 2 years ago. It's been over 2 years. They've never been able to get above that again. Okay, to me, that's not. You know, I don't know where, you know.
Well, I think even the bigger metric, Glenn, is when Punk came in, and I think they hit 1.2, right?
And now they're down to 400 and something thousand.
Well, that's Rampage. Yeah, but the other show is averaging around 900,000. I think last week was 800,000.
Right,
it's almost half of. I mean, you know,
bro,
that's not good.
Every single week, the dirt sheet guys, Meltzer, Alvarez, what a great show! What a fantastic show! Everything's great, and it's like at some point, hey, everything maybe wasn't great because you look at your numbers, guys. They're not. The numbers are not great, you know. And so my point being is, it's like if you guys think the stuff that you're doing is great and it's not resonating with the numbers, at some point you need to show a little bit of humility and look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, what are we doing wrong here?
Well, I think here's the other thing. How are we defining success? Because, you know, I've read this a lot, and I don't claim to know the actual numbers or anything like that, but I have seen a lot where they'll say Dynamite was the number 1 rated, you know, show on cable for the night, or was a number 2. So it's always up there. Even though the numbers are falling, it's always up there. So it's still successful, you know, but they should be doing better. They should be doing over 1 million views.
They should. Absolutely. Yeah. But bro, that's like I said. I'm telling you, one of the things I point to in this,
and here's another thing that's very weird.
Fan base is turning people off.
Here's another thing that's very weird, Glenn, and you can check this out, Joe. And I read this the other day. It might have been today, where you know how Rampage had that really bad number, and people were saying, "Oh, it's because of the holidays and all that." Right. SmackDown had the
best number in a month, right?
Yeah, and that show sucked to me.
I didn't like it either.
Yeah,
because I don't like the corny holiday match. You know, all that. Kids,
and the battle royal.
Yeah, because that's right. Because that's been the serious show, and they put the goofy comedy on this week. You know, right? So,
just real quick to add to that, I don't think AEW should do anything that copies WWE if they can help it, like a brand split. But saying that, did either of you guys watch Rampage?
No.
They did a match where Britt Baker wrestled Rio, and if Rio won, she gets a title shot. So what does that remind you of? Like, that's WWE. We always complain about WWE when they do that. Oh, why do they have to wrestle them for a title shot? It's already giving the match away and all that. AEW just did that Friday. It really stuck out to me. Like, man, this is like WWE that they're doing right here.
Yeah.